friend, welcome. I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, and I list them on Poshmark and eBay and sell them for a profit. I like to share every day what I've sold, and today I have 5 items that sold within the last 24 hours. Today is Thursday, May 16th, I think, and I've been interrupted so many times already and started over, and the dog's going crazy. It's chaos. It's just, I like to be realistic about what life looks like as a stay-at-home mom, part-time reseller. But some days, my son just came in and said, "Oh, that sold?" And I said, "Yeah." And he went, "Oh." It made him so sad. But I sold this Playmobile. Now, I just told you I was a clothing reseller. I sell 98% clothes and accessories, shoes and purses, things like that. But I actually went to a thrift flea market, that's the word, with my sister a few weeks ago and found this, decided to look it up, and it had pretty good sold comps for like $85. And when I looked up the sell-through rate, it says it's only 9%, but I felt like it was a better sell-through rate like that. Like the actual ones in boxes, I think that was the key. The new ones were selling. This took 15 days for me to sell. I paid $15 for it. It sold for, I had it listed for $99.96, so $100. I have a 15% off coupon in my store, and I figured that's what would happen is I would list it for 100, it would sell for 85 or 80, depending on, I send out offers sometimes for 20% off, plus the shipping. So they used the coupon, so plus the shipping, they paid a total of $100.07. Yeah, it took 15 days to sell, and my profit is $62.97. Now, this is why I don't sell things that aren't clothes. I don't really know how to ship this thing. It's too big. I thought I was just gonna put my big poly mailers on top of it, like 2, but they don't even go over it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have like some random big boxes in my recycle bin, so I think I'll probably just pull those out and try to like make a little, wrap it in a box. But that's going to take time, and that's kind of frustrating. Actually what I did was I took apart the poly mailers and kind of stuck them together and taped them. I wrapped it up like a present. I don't know, hopefully it'll work. I did write in the description that it would be mailed in a poly bag, so hopefully it'll be okay. So I do want to tell you, my son is not deprived. He has plenty of toys. Plenty of toys. In fact, he has another Playmobile set, not the Western set. He has like a night set, and he literally never plays with it. So in fact, I just said, when he like hung his little head and pouted, I said, "Why don't you go play with your nights?" And he said, "I don't want to." So my son is not deprived. He has plenty of toys, but the Playmobil Western set, if you find it for a good price, might be worth buying. I will say the used ones, not worth it. That has been, when we got the night set, I actually looked it up to see if it would be worth selling, but because it wasn't new, the sell-through rate was terrible. Again, like 9%, something really, really low. So on to the next thing. I will tell you my gross sales was $198.24. 100 of it was that. So this thing sold. This is a leather vest, and the brand is Berman's. And this was in my aesthetics video that I did with Gretchen, the Restless Thrifter. And this was my biker core aesthetic. So I did use biker core and all of those hashtags in my style tags on Poshmark. So Berman's leather vests have an average sale price of $23.16 and an 18% sell-through rate. Mine sold for $25 on Poshmark, which was my full asking price, I believe. It took 2 months to sell after I finally listed it. I spent $2 on it at my favorite thrift store. The cost of goods is just really low there usually. And I don't have my profit on there. Huh, why not? Okay, let's see. 25 sold on Poshmark, so there's a 20% fee. So that takes it to 20. I spent $2, my cost of goods, so $18 was my profit. That's pretty good. That 18% sell-through rate seems pretty low, and it's sold fairly fast, so it does make me think that using those tags probably helped. It's just my guess. When I'm looking up sell-through rate, I do look on Terapeak, which you can find on your eBay Seller Hub and now on your eBay app. So, and I do take the amount of items sold and divide it by the amount of items sold plus listed together. So 18% is gonna look like 18 items are sold and 82 are listed. So yeah, not a great sell-through rate. But $18 in profit, I'll take that. Worked out well for me. Since it's on Poshmark, I can send it in any priority mailing apparatus. I don't know. And I use these tie-back mailers. I don't think they stick very well, so I add these little priority stickers. You can get all of those on USPS.com, and they will come to your house for free. It's great. This is a swimming suit. It is Adidas, and it's new with tags, and it's Adidas and Rich, this guy, MNISI. It's not really a great collab, but I thought it was a super cute swimming suit, and I actually bought it thinking that one of my daughters, I have two teenage daughters, and I thought one of them might like it, and she didn't. So I listed it. It does have a average sale price of $23.57, but only a 17% sell-through rate. I listed mine for $30. They used my 15% off coupon plus shipping. They paid a total of $31.27, which I think is pretty good. I did pay $5 for this in Pigeon Forge. I went on a trip with my husband and went thrifting in Pigeon Forge, and yeah, this is one of the things I bought. I think they had a $10 price tag on it, but when I like averaged everything out, I have that I paid $5 for it. So it took like 3 weeks to sell by the time I finally listed it, and my profit is $16.24. Let's see. Yeah, I think one of the funny things about all these items is like I found that Playmobile at a thrift store or at a flea market, which is not a place I would normally go, but I was on a thrifting trip with my sister. We were here in my hometown, or kind of close by, when we went to that flea market, but it was still like a trip. That swimsuit came from a trip. This came from a trip. That's from town. Anyway, a lot of these were from like trips, which I think is funny. So this is so pretty, I think. In fact, when I was taking pictures of it, I was like, I should wear that once or twice. See, I don't just disappoint my son. I disappoint myself as well. You want a popsicle? Yeah. Sure. Okay. All right, this is Chicos, and it is 100% linen. It's beautiful. Chicos linen button-up that are floral have an average sale price of $17.85 and a 31% sell-through rate. So I much prefer that. When I'm shopping, I shoot for 25%-ish around there. Obviously, I don't always hit it, but that's what I like it to be at least. Would I like to find 50% sell-through rates? Yes. Where there's at least the same amount sold as listed. That would be fantastic, but that's just not my reality, and I still make a pretty good part-time income finding things that are 25% sell-through rate or lower. It sold for $20 plus shipping on eBay. They paid a total of $25.90. And I bought this for $2.15. I was at a Salvation Army in Michigan. I want to say Lansing? I don't remember. I went up a couple days ago to see my grandmother who lives in Michigan, and took one of my daughters, and we had a little thrifting trip and had some dinner with my grandma and visited with her for a little bit. My grandma's 93 and she's awesome. So anyway, $2.15 sold in a day, like the day after I listed it for $15.90 or $15.92 is my profit. Yeah, they were having a half off sale on all their shirts, so I bought a lot of shirts. I probably would have still bought that one if it wasn't half off. I think I would have paid $230 for it, $430 for it. Yeah, probably. Knowing that it was an extra large and it was linen and the floral, that seems to sell. Although I did notice when I went to take that out of my inventory that I have another linen floral Chicos shirt that's also an extra large that hasn't sold yet. So who knows? That one was very pretty though. The other one, I don't know. This is Old Navy, which, I mean, I don't know. Old Navy, crazy, right? Old Navy, these are new with tags, obviously high-rise crop. These are a linen blend. Linen, another theme. Ooh, I like stepped into the shadows. Yeah, so just a nice like linen blend. We have a liquidation store in our town that I very rarely ever go to. And I happened to go in, I think just to like look for myself and for, not for clothes for myself, but like they have makeup there and I don't know. I ended up buying quite a few clothes at like 90% off or whatever it was that they had. So I bought this for $3.50. I think that was my average when I averaged everything out for all the things that I bought that day. Old Navy linen pull-on pants have an average sale price of $17 and a 38% sell-through rate. I mean, that's like the highest sell-through rate I've had today, and it's for Old Navy, which is, I don't know, crazy to me. Old Navy can sell. These sold for $16, so I'm right on target. They sold on Poshmark, so I'm using another Tyvek mailer here. And let's see, they took 2 months to sell. My profit is $9.30. So not bad overall. My profit for the whole day was $122.43. Again, big chunk of that was the Playmobile set. However, I still would have hit my goal without it, which is really nice, I think. Is that right? I think I would have been right at my goal, I think. Maybe not quite hit it, maybe just under. My goal is $67 a day, which makes it, comes out to about $2,000 a month. And that just helps with my family's budget. Dance class, violin lessons, you know, the stuff that comes with having a family of 4, homeschooling curriculum, things like that. Oh boy, just ripped my tissue paper. Anyway, I put about $1,000 into my family's budget, and then I put about $500 back into my business for more inventory, for shipping supplies, for the subscriptions that I pay for. And then $500 of it gets saved for taxes because this is taxable income. All right, so here's my question for today. I love having questions. It's super fun to see or hear your answers and to just chat with you in the comments. So if you're a reseller, have you sold something that has made your family or someone close to you sad? That maybe they're disappointed that you sold. Maybe it was a gift that someone gave you when you sold it or got rid of it. Maybe it was something that someone wanted. I know there's been a couple times my mom watches my videos. Hi, Mom. And there's been a couple times she's been like, oh, I would have liked that. And then I feel a little sad that I didn't give it to her. I would, you know, look at my store, Mom. I'll give you stuff. I don't care. Anyway. Yeah, my son is super bummed about that Playmobil, but like I said, he's not deprived. He's perfectly fine, but I'm curious if you've ever done something similar, sold something that has made someone sad or upset in some way. Let me hear the stories, because those are fun. Anyway, make sure you like the video if you did. It was a little chaotic today, which is kind of a theme. That's pretty normal for me. Subscribe if you like chaos and reality, because that's what I try to provide here on Jenn the Reseller. And yeah, thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you soon.